This week on Afternoon Express, stylist and hair artist Thandegile M shows how to express your heritage through your hair. Mrs. World 2025 winner Tefo Khailai shares what this title means to her, while Thandegile gives her a hairstyle fit for a queen. Kyle and Buhle take a break from everyday stress with a trip to Accra branch. We head to the She's Next event to meet the 2025 winners of this life-changing award. Professional doula Raisa Desai shares her prep tips for soon-to-be parents, and Karishma Basday shows us the latest in baby care essentials to revamp your nursery. Hello Mzansi and welcome to Afternoon Express. South Africa is a country rich in history and tradition, and our heritage makes up the foundation of who we are, so it is important to express it and wear it proudly. Hairstylist Thandegile M of Ubuhle Ritual Studio helps her clients express their heritage through their hair. And today, Mrs. South Africa 2024, now Mrs. World 2025, Tefo Khailai has made an appointment.
My love for hair began during childhood, watching the women around me carry their hair with confidence, the way they express themselves through afros, bantu knots, and I felt like hair was always expressed when there was a celebration. So I associated it a lot with a celebration and occasion, something that was happening from traditional ceremonies to church, to just our day-to-day life of having our hair in protective styles. My love for hair turned into a business when I got into university. I used it a lot as means to have a bit of pocket money. And moving on into corporate engineering, I still did hair as a side hustle throughout. And I then decided to exit in 2022 to operate the studio full time, because I had already built such a huge clientele from the people that I started with from university and some that I met during my corporate days. And we finally opened our very first studio in 2022, which now has grown into Ubuhle Ritual Studio.
It's absolutely important for African heritage to be celebrated on global stages such as Mrs. World. And this is because it's who we are. We cannot undo our heritage. We can't change who we are. Simply embracing ourselves and being authentic to who we are, we deserve to be celebrated. We love who we are. And so it's important to not be apologetic about presenting it to the world stage. And I think that was really my intention when I went to represent South Africa at Mrs. World. I had no idea that it was going to deliver a win, but it goes to show that we are worthy of being celebrated as Africans, as brown, pink, green, blue, whatever we are. Celebrate and be proud of our heritage and be proud of who we are.
So the first step that we're going to take is to ensure that we hydrate the hair, we moisturize, and we seal it with the serum. So we're going to start off with Ubuhle Veil Mist to kind of open up the pores. It is perfect for hair growth, for thinning hairlines, but to also make your hair fuller. And then we're going to follow on with the Rooted Ritual Mist to further hydrate and moisturize and then seal off with a serum. So now that the first step is done, the hair is nicely moisturized and the edges are laid to the gods, we're going to move into step 2. We're going to start attaching the art pieces. The first one is inspired by part of the Swati attire, which is amafatlawane, which is put on your foot when you're dancing. So it kind of adds a bit of noise when you dance. So it is stepped up in a similar manner as this.
Thandegile, you talk about your art as being a ritual for you, so much so that you are now calling your business Ubuhle Ritual Studio. Let's talk about rituals. Why are they so important to you, so much so that you've decided to name your business with that word?
So I've always interpreted African hair as sacred. Our hair carries so many stories, lineage, history affiliated, and celebrations. So anything that is sacred deserves a ritual. So a ritual is a practice that you do on a daily basis, hence the day practice of celebrating your hair.
What are some of the tips when it comes to taking care of natural hair?
Styling doesn't mean anything if you don't take care of the crown underneath. So I would say hydrate, ensure that you stay away from any hairstyles that pull. So use more moisturizer or water-based products, but also go for low-tension hairstyles. That's the best way to take care of your hair.
Wanting to draw it back now to representation, starting with you, Tseho, what are you hoping that your journey instills in young people that are watching you?
I really, really hope that my journey instills the ability and the power to embrace the people that we are. There's so much noise that happens on social media, especially around young people.
Yes.
And I really, really hope that a message of authenticity is what is shared from, at least from my journey. And hopefully it's a message that is received authentically. I am proudly Mrs. World, and what I wanted to show was that we can glamorize ourselves as much as we want to glamorize ourselves, but at the same time holding on to what makes us authentically the people that we are.
Oh, I love that. So beautiful. What about you, Thandegile? What are you hoping your journey will teach young people watching it?
I am hoping my journey will teach young people to celebrate themselves, however way they choose to express themselves. I've always affiliated here with freedom of expression.
Yes.
Express who you are, evolve as much as you can. The sky is not even the limit for you.
I'm so excited to watch both of your journeys. Tseho, you probably change your hair so often. I mean,
I do.
As somebody in the pageant space, you take pictures, you're working a full-time job as well, so some hairdos aren't like okay for work. How do you decide on this is my next look?
I try to be adventurous. There's always an Afro piece somewhere, whether it's in braids, if it's an Afro twist, whether it's a poofy Afro towards the back. I think by now my work has come to understand my extracurricular activities. But I think corporate has come to a place of embracing our differences, embracing our different looks, embracing everything that makes us the people that we are. So it's not so difficult to marry the two.
You look like you are moments away from finishing. As you wrap up, I'm going to bring a mirror close to you. I'm going to shut it actually so you can be surprised.
Okay.
Hold it here, but wait for Thandegile to let you know
When
it's
to
time.
look.
When it is time for the big reveal.
I'm so excited.
Moment of truth.
Ready? 3, 2, 1.
Look at that.
How gorgeous.
Look at that.
Oh.
Hey. And you called it a crown.
Girl,
And that's
it is.
exactly what it
Yes.
is.
Look at that. This is so beautiful. Thank you.
Oh, I love
thank
it.
you,
So
Mommy.
beautiful indeed. Thandegile, absolutely gorgeous job. Tseho, you look absolutely phenomenal. So much so that all she could say is, look at that.
Yeah.
Ooh. Incredible work done by Thandegile. You can really see our South African heritage shining through. We'll be checking back in on them a bit later. Up next, advice for new parents on preparing for the birth and planning for your nursery.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
With the precious joy of having children comes the pleasure of making memories with your little ones. Pep Home offers a range of adorable essentials that can turn your nursery into a cozy and stylish haven for you and your family.
Small, sweet, and full of strength, babies truly are bundles of joy. Hi, I'm Karishma, and today I'm excited to show you how we transform this room into a kid's nursery, a soothing, playful space brought to life with charming decor and essentials from Pep Home. For the cot, we wanted to keep it simple yet cozy, and we had to keep in mind the wriggling hands and feet of babies, so safety comes first. The first layer, I've just laid down 2 beautiful, soft, comforting blankets. I've tucked them in nice and securely because safety first. I'm styling the cot with 100% cotton receiving blankets from Cuddlesome exclusive to Pep. They are soft, practical, and perfect for everyday use. The yellow fleece blanket, also from the Cuddlesome range, just added that pop of color that I needed. To finish it off, I'm using this divine Sherpa throw that I found at Pep Home. Pep Home makes it so easy with its wide range of kid-themed bedding. For the toddler's bed, I've decided to go with the palette of blues and greens, and I was thrilled when I found the Star Duvet cover. I'm going to be breaking it up with some striped pillowcases. I'm adding some scatter cushions for comfort and dimension. For me, a kid's room or nursery should be full of color and imagination, a space where both parent and child feels comforted and at ease. I'm adding some extra comfort and a pop of color with these cozy blankets. Pep Home has some incredible furniture pieces. This gorgeous table that I found ties in perfectly with the furniture in this room. And I think it's essential for every nursery to have a station, especially for moms. A place to put some water, some books, and some tissues. Anything you might need for those late night feeds. Comfort is important even for mom. For me, bringing a nursery to life lies in the texture and the print and the colors. Pep Home helped me do that beautifully with the bedding and the blankets, and everything added such a warmth and beautiful feel to the room. When it comes to kids' rooms and nurseries, you can never have enough storage. Also, organization is key, and they're going to fit perfectly into this drawer. All my cuddlesome essentials in one spot. These baskets are perfect for all your baby essentials. I love keeping everyday items like bibs, receiving blankets, and towels close by. And I found this movable storage rack, perfect for easy access. For me, nappies are essential, and I always want them easily accessible. This is one of my best finds from Pep Home. It is adorable and adds so much character to the room. A diaper bin and laundry basket is essential to any nursery. I adore this one I found because it is simple and discreet. Now that the essentials are sorted, let's bring this space to life with the help of Pep Home, starting with adding a personal touch with some photo frames. My 3 nursery or kids' room essentials is definitely storage, lovely, cozy, welcoming blankets, and a bin. For me, a nursery should be a soft, soothing space filled with love and warmth. Pep Home helped me bring that vision to life, and they can help you create yours too.
Getting ready to meet your new baby is one of life's most exciting journeys. From planning out the nursery, to picking out the first tiny outfits, to planning for the birthday, every step gets you closer to meeting your little one. Today we are catching up with certified doula Raisa Desai, who is going to guide us through the essentials, tips, and emotional support every mom-to-be needs as they count down to cuddles. Raisa, thank you so much for having me in your space. I'm so excited to learn so much more about preparing for having a baby today. I must start by asking you though, what exactly is a doula?
Okay, so a doula is somebody who loves, cares, and supports a mom. She advocates for her during her pregnancy, her birth, and also assists during postpartum. When it is pregnancy, if you have the anxious side to you, we can help you prepare so that you aren't anxious. You don't carry over, maybe if you had a miscarriage, we don't carry over the negativity of a past pregnancy. Even if you're having baby number 5, you have to prepare yourself as a mother that now I'm having a new baby coming to the space. That's where a doula comes in and advocates for what's so important in that birthing room.
Speaking about pregnancy, why is it important to start preparing early?
You definitely need to get ready, especially if you're an anxious mom. You want to kind of read up and know about whether you want to be in a hospital or you want to go a more natural route, if it's a C-section. And also kind of prepare yourself in a sense that you know where you're headed. If you are having a natural birth and for some reason, a medical reason, you have to have a C-section, then you know what's happening and you're kind of not so freaked out about the situation.
And how does the mom-to-be balance that excitement of having a new baby versus the pressure of having to do everything right?
You have 9 months to prepare. It's definitely enough time to do hospital visits, to go and view things, and here's the exciting part. So like the baby shower, the let's go and buy the cute little grower, or the toiletries that's necessary, and also taking care of mom. Buy the stuff that's going to make you happy.
So this is our nursery space. Not every home has the availability to have a separate room, but you can do a makeshift situation, because what is really necessary is sometimes for moms to have their babies in their bedrooms and closer to them instead of a separate nursery room.
What are those must-have items versus the nice-to-have items in a nursery?
I would say that a must-have item is definitely the changing station. So you want to look at having a space where you can change your baby comfortably and you're not necessarily bending over, especially if you've had a C-section. Also, all your items are available to you, like your nappies, your wet wipes, your go-to things. The nice to have things is if you can get a rocking chair. It just gives you a way to get away from your own bed. And a pregnancy pillow is a nice to have because it gives you all the support. So your hips are in good space, it supports your heavy tummy. It's also okay to grab a couple of pillows at home and use it in the same space.
Of course, preparing for baby's arrival is part of the fun. Baby showers are a wonderful way to gather loved ones, to share in the excitement, but most importantly, to prepare through thoughtful gifts and touches. Raisa, what are some of those thoughtful and meaningful gifts that we can give to parents-to-be?
What I do have prepped is a nappy bag. It is an essential to have as a mom-to-be, and it's a beautiful gift to give. I have a couple of things inside that I have packed and ready. A receiver blanket is something you could use to cover up while breastfeeding, to swaddle, and it's not as thick and bulky as your big blankets. All nappy bags come with a changing mat. So this definitely helps when you need to put your baby down to get a diaper change. Also, your baby's on a clean surface. We also have, as a beautiful gift, would be your growers. So I like these growers specifically because the buttons on it make it easy for quick and simple change. And if you're going to do the growers and the clothes, all the cute little stuff, I say don't just get newborns. You can get bigger sizes that would definitely help mom in the months to come. And of course, you want to have nappies. All the nappies you can in a nappy bag because you don't know how many nappies you're going to change in the day. Another essential which you can get as a gift for mom for her to stock up on is wet wipes. And the one other product is something for mom. So you are washing your hands constantly, put on some cream, remember yourself. Your bag is always big enough to care for yourself and carry your essentials.
Thank you so much for your time today. What an educational day it's been.
Thank you so much, Ayanda.
As we've seen today, preparing for a baby is about more than a checklist. It's about building memories, creating calm, and feeling ready for the incredible journey ahead. And with Cuddlesome Essentials from Pep, every family can feel a step closer to making that journey extra special. You could win a 2,000 Rand Pep voucher for all your baby essentials with Cuddlesome. To enter, head to our Afternoon Express socials and answer this simple question. What's your top tip for preparing for baby's arrival? Don't forget to include #Cuddlesome exclusive to Pep. Competition closes at midday this Friday, the 3rd of October. And of course, T's and C's apply at afternoonexpress.com. Up next, Mrs. World 2025 Tseho Khailai drops some of her pearls of wisdom.
Express yourself.
Every mom's journey with her baby is unique, filled with joy, sleepless nights, and a love that changes everything. Now we want to hear your super mom story with Cuddlesome. Share a picture of you and your baby and tell us about those moments that make motherhood magical. You could win 10,000 Rand, an LA Lab Pamper Hamper, and have your super mom story told on Afternoon Express with Cuddlesome exclusive to Pep. Don't forget to tag at Afternoon Express and include the #Cuddlesome exclusive to Pep.
Now it is time to welcome back the one and only Tseho Khailai. Not only did she win the Mrs. World 2025 competition, but in doing so, she became the first ever black woman to win the title. Welcome back, Tseho Fatso! Now you know that I'm a pageant girl through and through, so getting to sit here with Mrs. World is such a big deal for me. I just want to quickly ask you about that transition of going from wearing the Mrs. South Africa 2024 sash to becoming Mrs. World 2025. Wow. What was that like?
That was a huge transition, especially for someone who didn't see it coming. I just told myself, I'm going to Vegas. I'm going to represent my country as best as I can. I'm going to meet new, interesting people, and I'm going to have fun. That's really all that I told myself I was going to do. Obviously, I was going to do my best. But I did not for 1 second see myself coming back with that sash and that crown. And it has been such a life-changing achievement, not only for myself, but also for my family.
What does this achievement mean from you on a deeper level, and what are you hoping it means for other young girls like myself watching you in the space and thriving?
I know we don't look for validation outside of ourselves, but it's largely real, tangible validation. Not just for me, not just for Black women and Black girls, but for everyone, I think, who has felt like in some way or another they didn't fit the mold of the world. I think it's reminding us that in some way or another, in your quirkiness, in your difference, in how you stand out, or even in how you blend in, there is a place for everyone in this world.
And who is Tshego outside of the crown? When you're not wearing the sash, who are you?
So when I'm not wearing the sash or the crown, I am your girl next door. I'm literally just like any other brown-skinned girl that grew up in Soweto. I'm a wife, I'm a mom. I am an attorney by profession, and I wear that very proudly because it didn't come easily. But yeah, I'm your girl next door who really values sisterhood and what it has come to mean in my world.
There are so many hats that you have on at the moment. How do you balance juggling all those hats and being in those roles?
I don't.
Stop. I did not expect you to say that.
I don't. I just run around like a headless chicken and I get things done. Really, that's how I do it. But I think it's just a matter of prioritizing as well. I know the balls that I juggle. Some balls are glass, some balls are rubber.
Yes.
The rubber balls bounce and they come back up. The glass balls are not allowed to hit the floor because that's it.
Yes.
So it's just a matter of really prioritizing and ordering my life in a way where I really try to maximize the hours in a day. I learned very early on the lesson of being able to say no.
Yes.
And I think that has contributed very largely to how I find a balance to get things done.
I absolutely love how real that response is. I think you could have easily came into the space and given us an illusion of what it would look like to balance it, which I think is why you have the title. They always say they're looking for authentic people that are willing to share their story, and you've been doing it so beautifully. Which leads me to my next question of why did you enter Mrs. South Africa firstly to begin with, and then what probed you on to want to go to Mrs. World?
So with Mrs. South Africa, I think I was in a place where I was feeling a little bit of redundancy in my normal day-to-day routine. I wanted to see what's out there and I wanted to do something particularly out of my comfort zone. And when a friend of mine said to me, enter Mrs. South Africa, I thought, no, I'm not a pageant girl. I know nothing about pageants. I don't know how to walk. I don't know how to talk like a pageant queen. I don't know those things. And she said to me, okay, look it up and see what it's about.
Yes, before you say no.
Before you say no. Look it up, check on Instagram, hear their stories, see what it's about. And I was really blown away by the shared experiences with Mrs. South Africa, you know. They described it as a program and not a pageant.
Yes.
And they talked about the networking opportunities and they talked about the empowerment that comes with the platform itself. And that's really what enticed me, and I gravitated a lot towards the networking, the empowering sessions that they'd have, the opportunity to possibly make new friends. Unbeknownst to me, I was what they were looking for at the time.
Yes.
And with winning Mrs. South Africa comes the opportunity to represent South Africa on the world stage at Mrs. World, and that's how I got the opportunity to go to Mrs. World. And with Mrs. World, I really told myself that what happens in Vegas
stays in Vegas.
I kid. What happened in Vegas came straight back to South Africa because we came back with the whole crown and a sash.
Please.
So I just wanted really to take the experience for what it was. So I thought, okay, let's do this as South African as possible.
Yes.
Let's have the hair, let's have the shwe, let's have the clothing, let's have the glam, let's feel completely South African while we do this. I didn't know what would come out of it, but I knew that what I wanted to achieve was to represent South Africans as authentically as I possibly can and make them feel like they're a part of the journey.
And you did that so beautifully. I mean, as somebody who only got to follow the journey on social media, you really made it as immersive as possible for us, keeping us aligned with your stories, not just the posts that you were making. And what I'm taking from this is that every experience is what you make it.
It really
I
is.
mean, as somebody who has been in pageants myself, I heard the things about cattiness as well. But if you come into a space where this is going to be a negative energy, then the negative is really going to manifest in real life.
Absolutely.
I know we've been talking a lot about hair today, but you really poured in as a natural African queen throughout your journey. Was that intentional to bring a message to younger South Africans? What was the intention behind choosing to go natural? Because as Black women, we have so many directions that we can go with our hair.
I think at the time I didn't really overthink it. I know that I've been on a journey to embrace my hair. I know I've been on a journey to love on my hair. And so I thought, okay, let us try to stretch this as far as I possibly can. And when I saw the love and the response that I got from being Mrs. South Africa, having embraced my hair, I thought, oh wow, maybe I was trying to do something for myself, but I ended up doing it for everyone else. I thought that I was just embracing my own journey, and in the end, it worked out for everyone as a message to say, don't just embrace the things that you think are your strengths.
Yes.
Embrace the things that are difficult about you as well.
What are some words of advice or encouragement that you can give to somebody who's wanting to step outside of their light, but to do so as themselves?
Yeah. I would share the words that were shared with me when I was scared. And it's to do it scared. It's to really feel your foot quiver in your shoe, but continue on. It's to feel your voice quiver because you are scared of what you're about to say, but to do it scared. And to take your future into your own hands, to feel like your future is your responsibility. And once you start feeling like that, you have no other choice but to pursue and to chase and to try and push the envelope for you to reach the results that you want to reach for yourself. The stronger you become to withhold the pressure, and the further you'll get, because if you decide, okay, it's too hard, I'm not going to do it, you will stay where you are.
And I think it contradicts so beautifully societal narrative of to do things fearlessly, because without fear, there can't be any courage. So if you approach something fearful, courage is what is
Courage
the
is the
result of
result.
that. Absolutely.
Courage is the result.
Tseho, this has been absolutely incredible, but I don't want to let go of you just yet because I feel like there's so much more gems that you are ready to drop. So I will see you later, and we'll see you after these. Coming up, Kyle and Guhle get their hearts pumping at Acro Branch, and we meet this year's She's Next winner.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Tonight, we are celebrating the power of possibility, my Afternoon Express family, as Absa and Visa announce the winner of this year's 2025 She's Next program in South Africa. With so many barriers that are already facing women in business, like limited access and lack of funding, the She's Next program offers way more than just support. It offers an opportunity to scale. And tonight, Absa and Visa are revealing which women-led business and powerful entrepreneur is taking the title.
I believe that initiatives such as She's Next are important for the broader South Africa because women in our communities are often underrepresented and particularly in entrepreneurships, even underfunded. And I believe that initiatives such as these serve as a catapult into launching them for success. And entrepreneurship comes at a very timeless time in our country where we've said that for job creation, entrepreneurial drive is the way. And initiatives like these allow for capacity strengthening. And I personally believe you empower women, you've empowered a nation. So it's very important.
It's a very special evening for us, and what we see happening here is an ability to showcase some of the great work that is done by young female entrepreneurs in this country. And I think we owe it to all of them that we must celebrate their work. And we are very excited to have been working with Visa on this program and is showcasing some of the best work that is being done in South Africa.
She's Next was launched in 2019 by Visa. It's our global advocacy program. So we really believe in empowering women. The reason for that is when you empower women, you empower a family, you empower a community, and ultimately you empower a country. So we chose ABSA as our partner locally for the reason that we had a similar vision. We really believed in the power of women to transform economies. And we also believed that it wasn't just about the funding. It was about the mentorship, about the capacity building, and ensuring that we build sustainable businesses for the future.
How do you believe that ABSA and Visa's partnership has really been fruitful for what ABSA's storyline is, which is really empowering women entrepreneurs?
As the bank of the entrepreneur that seeks to empower women in a time where it's most critical, where inaction would be careless, it's the responsible thing to do first and foremost. And I feel the synergies just work well in terms of strategic alignment. And most importantly, as a strategic pillar for ABSA in sustainability, we have what is called diversity, equity, inclusion, and belonging, which really speaks to our tagline, which says that your story matters and that we see your story. So we are embodying our values and practicing it in action.
Programs like this have so much networking opportunities. How do you believe that is so important for women in business?
I think networking is critical because as a small business in the environment, it's obviously a lot of challenges that you face. And having a network of people to bounce ideas off and to learn from is actually quite important. Also, having more experienced people into the network to coach the business and help them grow is quite critical for us. So in addition to the funding, the mentorship helps you to build sustainability.
Taking third place was founder of Stitches and Uniforms, Tebogo Molotsi, and in second place and winning the Social Impact Award was Zimkita Duze of eco-friendly brick producers, Uuka Bricks.
And the first prize goes to Grand Stage.
Grand Stage Trading CEO Christine Masaiti's winning pitch centered on Avo Eco Power, a solar-powered mobile unit that helps avocado farmers turn their surplus avos into high-grade oil.
I'm overwhelmed, but I'm also overjoyed, and because I didn't expect this, but I'm so happy. This is the step that was missing. This is the gap that was missing. So we are here to take the business further and to start growing, because remember, this is a seed that is going to unlock a lot of opportunities for us.
It's not just a platform, it's a lifeline. And with the right training, funding, community, and mentorship, the ABSA Visa She's Next program is rewriting the story of entrepreneurship one woman at a time. Because ABSA and Visa, they don't just believe in supporting business, they believe that they are supporting your story and you are worth investing in.
Milestones like these remind us that determination backed by the right support can change lives far beyond the winner's circle. And when it comes to preparing yourself for success, you need to make sure you work hard and play hard too. That goes for Kyle and Guhle, who took a day out at Accra branch in Pretoria North to get their hearts pumping.
It's a beautiful day in Johannesburg today. The sun is out, which means it's the perfect time to take the Hyundai Alcazar on an exciting scenic road trip to Pretoria, just to take a break from the hustle and bustle of the city of gold. One thing I truly appreciate about the Hyundai Alcazar is the fact that it's a beautiful marriage and balance of comfort, luxury, innovative technology, making the drive within itself as rewarding as the destination. But much like any exciting moments in life, you want to share them with people that you love and adore. And I know the perfect person to be a part of today's festivities with, and that is Kyle. I haven't seen him in such a long time, so I really hope that he's open to coming through to Pretoria so that we can have a good time. Listen, if the exterior of the Hyundai Alcazar wasn't enough to turn heads, I mean, the color itself is striking. It's a beautiful car, okay? Once you step inside, you can just feel that it was built for comfort. One of my favorite features is steering wheel adjustability. Simply by pulling the lever, you are able to adjust the wheel in the position that you want for a more comfortable driving experience. The Lane Keep Assist is another fantastic feature. It helps keep the car centered in its lane, which feels like it's a subtle support system to ensure that your drive feels safe and you behind the wheel are confident and comfortable.
Welcome to AgriRanch Pretoria North. I'm Edwin Wangale, aka Ninja Kwaito.
Edwin, it's such a pleasure to meet you. We are so excited to be here. Tell us more about what we are here to do.
So here at AgriRanch, you are a home of Treetop Adventures. So we give you fun, exciting zip lines, obstacle courses. So they differ according to ages. So we cater for anyone from the age of 3 years to 6 years. That's a yellow course for them. Then the green course, 7 years, and adults, they can do it. Then the blue course, that's our intermediate course. Then we have the highest course that we have, which is the red course.
All right, Edwin, just for clarity, right? We're doing the yellow course today, right?
Yes. No. Yellow course is for kiddies, so we're gonna do it a red course for you guys.
We're going full advance?
You gotta love it, guys.
I mean, it's all about adventure and spontaneity.
It
so
is.
I'm ready. Are you ready?
I am.
I'm locked and loaded, and as per Edwin, we're safe, yeah?
Super.
Let's take it to the top.
Asambe.
So what you have around us to call the harness. This is our Mr. Krabs. If you can check, there's a gap there.
Yes.
And you see there's a plate here.
Uh-huh.
So we have to align like that. Then you're good to go.
Uh-huh.
So if you can see, it can't go out at all.
Yeah.
Okay, got you.
So please, guys, as you keep going forward, if you find it just stepping like that, make sure you align, it will go forward.
I see.
Okay.
I see. I see.
This is a tightrope. So on a tightrope, guys, we're gonna walk. You just step on it. This is the only time you're allowed to hold the cable. You hold the cable, you can go sideways, it's up to you, or you can just walk like a ballerina, it's up to you. You don't see anything to walk on, it's a zip line.
Yep.
Don't stress, don't cry, just
already
wait. You can sit on this so that it's easy for you to go. Please, guys, when you zip line, whether you go, you turn around or you go upside down, don't try to stop yourself by touching the cable.
Okay.
Yes, because this guy can chop off your fingers. Ne?
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so to be safe, you can just hold your ropes down here. 2, if someone is at the end, wait for them to clear off or else you're going to bump into them.
Okay.
Number 3, you can have fun. Please make sure you catch this rope at the end so that it's easy for you to pull yourself up.
I thought this was a cute little obstacle course.
No, was it? This is Survivor Season 17.
It's literally Survivor.
Obviously, this is extremely daunting. And when we say that we are taking you to new heights, this is what we're talking about.
As you can see for yourself, I am holding on to dear life. We are nearing the end of the obstacle course. I have to say I am proud of myself. A big shout out to Edwin right here who walked me through some of the obstacles. Yeah, I'm holding my breath right now as I'm about to descend from the top of this tree. Wish me luck. How are you feeling?
How are you feeling?
I can't feel my legs.
I'm so glad you made it alive.
Listen, Kyle.
Yes.
I know what happened today. I feel like Edwin gave us the red course to match the color of our car.
I mean, it makes kind of sense, right?
Does it?
Pulling up in style for a good moment. The first 3-row SUV in the country.
Okay.
Taking us to newer heights. So obviously, we come to Acro Branch to go even further.
I absolutely love that. Pushing the limit.
Listen, let me tell you guys, Kutle is the adventurous type. So I expected her to complete the course today. I even decided to go behind her so I can let her go in front of me. But you did so well, friend. You really did.
No, look, listen, I wasn't expecting the intensity of the obstacle courses, especially trying to balance on the ropes.
Absolutely.
And you know what? We did so well.
Yes, we did.
We deserve to treat ourselves to something very nice.
We do. I'm famished. Are you?
Same. Let's go eat something.
You know, us working in front of the camera all the time, we don't really get to see each other.
Nope.
You know, we're traveling consistently, we're super busy. So to have this moment with you honestly feels like a bucket list in my career. And of course, that car, destined for road trips.
Listen, you're gonna make me cry because I'm so proud of you. I love you, and this is honestly the perfect way to end such a beautiful day. Just look at the stunning sunset.
Kutle and Carl sounds like a show, does it not?
It is. KK takes on the world.
We love that.
For less than 500,000 Rand, you too can have your next adventure powered by the Hyundai Alcazar.
Now I know they are both feeling recharged and ready to tackle life with newfound passion, all thanks to a day out in the Hyundai Alcazar, the perfect car for any occasion. Up next, we sit down with our guests to unpack what their heritage means to them and why staying connected to that heritage is so important.
Express yourself. Express yourself.
Now, as Heritage Month comes to a close, we are gathering together with our guests for one final time to find out what their thoughts are on heritage and culture. I want to start it off with you, Thandegile. What does heritage mean to you?
So for me, heritage is a representation. Heritage is lineage carried over from one generation to another. Heritage is who we are. Heritage is how we choose to express ourselves. I think that would be the best way to interpret it.
It really is. And Teko, I'm going to throw it right back at you. What does heritage mean to you?
I think I want to borrow from Thandegile's word, lineage. Lineage, you know. Our heritage keeps getting passed down from our mothers and their mothers and their mothers, you know. So it's really important for us to know where we come from. It's really telling for who we are. And yes, your past doesn't necessarily dictate your future, but it's a very big guiding point towards where you're headed.
Absolutely.
Or at least knowing where you want to head, knowing where you come from.
It definitely gives you some kind of direction where you're going. And I love the way that you said about that it doesn't dictate where you're going, but it definitely helps steer you in that right
Definitely has a
direction.
large influence.
Yes, and I'm getting that from both of your careers. I really just want to talk about your career. You built a really successful business just off of your passion alone. What does it mean to you to know that you carried something that you truly love and turned it into what it is right now?
I think I didn't really predict the journey that much. I wasn't even sure that it was gonna lead to here. For me, hair started off as a passion, as something that I loved, but also as an extra income as a student in university. And here we are.
Look at that, so many years later, thriving, and it keeps growing on top of that. And Serho, you have the absolute honor of wearing the art that she created. There's so much artistry, there's so much culture in it. How does it feel for you to wear it? And most importantly, how does it resonate with you as a person?
I see it as a beautiful symbol, a representation of, yes, I may have the crowns that were silver, that had jewels, but how amazing is it to be crowned with what is naturally ours?
Yes.
So I think I see it as a beautiful symbol, a beautiful representation, a beautiful piece of art and expression. I love it. I absolutely love it.
And such a powerful one too. I don't think we think about it enough because it is our hair. But hair has so much power to it. It's something that can be deeply personal, or it can be something that is powerfully political. You can go in either way. In the space that you are in, have you ever found yourself changing the way that somebody sees themselves or the way that they see hair?
I feel like I've been really blessed enough to get opportunities that allowed me to express myself freely in such a way that our hair has entered spaces that represent us in a positive light. So it's like we got an opportunity to actually tell our stories and say this is how we want to be represented and this is how we choose to show ourselves up.
Yes, there's so much beauty in that. And coming back to you, Teko, we spoke so much about how you've been open about loving and promoting African hair. You've done it on a local stage, you've done it across the nation, but more importantly, you brought it to a global stage. What message are you hoping to relay to people that are watching you do that?
The message that I really want to leave behind, and I hope it lingers, is that while others maybe think that love holds the highest vibration, I really feel that authenticity does. And with authenticity, it takes a journey of self-awareness to get to a place of self-acceptance, to get to a place of embracing what makes us and the essence that makes us the people that we are. And I think that's really the message that I hope that my journey has left behind. And I hope that it creates a legacy of that going forward.
I knew you had so many gems to drop, and here you are just dropping them even more. And this is such a big one. I'd really be amiss if I didn't take the opportunity to ask you these questions. But what is your most cherished heritage moment?
I feel like for me, it has to be my ability to express myself through art, because that's how I really channel everything that I am and who I am. And the rebirth of my Braids Thandegile to Ubuhle Ritual Studio was really based off of that. So I really cherish the opportunity to be able to just go back into my roots and be able to actually use Swati words to even name my products.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's so powerful. And I find it so difficult to pick a moment myself, just because for me as a Zulu girl, we grew up in suburban areas for the most part, but then my family moved from a suburban area to a rural area, and in that space we got to learn so much more about our culture and my heritage. So it wasn't so much a moment for me, but a phase in my life where my parents introduced us to, this is the way your great-grandparents used to do it, and this is why we do it like that now. So it's that storytelling that's been passed down in the way that we do things. There's so much beauty in that. Teko, what about your cherished moment?
I think for me, you know how we break into song, whether we are sad, whether we are, and I think it's one thing that's something that threads all the cultures together. It's not just about one culture that does that, but we naturally break into song when we are sad, when we are happy. Another one is that we're probably going to eat something, whether we are sad, whether we are happy. And for me, the food is a large part of our heritage and our lineage and how it gets prepared, because we can all eat spinach, but we eat it differently depending on where we come from. We can all eat pap, but we all prepare it differently depending on where we come from. And I think the exploration of all of that, it threads into some of my really favorite moments, expressing and celebrating our heritage, our culture. I think weddings have to be my favorite. Traditional weddings have to be my favorite because there will be both of that, food and song. And an added bonus is the celebration of dressing up. You know? So that's definitely, those are my favorite.
Oh, this has been so beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for joining me today. You've been absolutely phenomenal and I've learned so much from you.
Thank you. Thank you for having us.
Thank you for having us, Handa.
Of course. And thank you at home for tuning in. Remember to catch Afternoon Express every Tuesday evenings at 6 on S3 with repeats on Sunday mornings at 8:30. But for now, good night, Mzansi. See you next Tuesday.
Another feel-good production.